Victoria's Secret. The name alone conjured images of glamour, luxury, and an almost unattainable standard of beauty. From the late 1980s through the 2000s, the brand reigned supreme in the lingerie market. Their annual fashion show, a spectacle of dazzling wings and supermodels dubbed angels, captivated millions worldwide. These angels, with their toned physiques, flowing hair and perfect pouts, became synonymous with the Victoria's Secret image. They embodied the brand's carefully crafted ideal, sexy, confident, and aspirational. Victoria's Secret's marketing was nothing short of genius. They tapped into women's desires to feel attractive and empowered, presenting their lingerie as a gateway to achieving this fantasy. The brand's catalogues, featuring these seemingly flawless models, flooded mailboxes and adorned bedroom walls. The message was clear. To be desirable, you needed to look like a Victoria's Secret angel. This singular vision of beauty, while commercially successful for a time, ultimately proved to be the brand's Achilles heel. As society evolved, Victoria's Secret remained fixated on a narrow and increasingly outdated definition of attractiveness. The brand failed to recognize the growing movement towards body positivity and inclusivity, a misstep that would cost them dearly. The world was changing, and Victoria's Secret seemed content to remain in its carefully constructed fantasy world. However, reality, like a runaway train, was about to come crashing in. The winds of change were blowing, bringing with them demands for diversity and inclusivity across all sectors, including the fashion industry. Body positivity movements gained momentum, celebrating real women with all their unique shapes, sizes, and ethnicities. Social media became a powerful platform for these voices, challenging traditional beauty standards and demanding better representation. Victoria's Secret, however, remained tone-deaf to this cultural shift. Clinging to their established formula, they continued to promote a homogeneous image of beauty that excluded a vast portion of their potential customer base. This disconnect between the brand's message and the evolving values of its consumers led to a growing sense of unease and, eventually, outright backlash. The brand's missteps were amplified by a series of public relations disasters. In 2018, Ed Razek, then Chief Marketing Officer of L Brands, Victoria's Secret's parent company, made dismissive comments about transgender and plus-size models, further igniting outrage and calls for a boycott. The damage was done. Victoria's Secret, once a symbol of aspiration, was now perceived as out of touch, exclusionary and tone-deaf. Their carefully constructed fantasy world was crumbling, and the brand was left scrambling to pick up the pieces. The consequences of ignoring the changing cultural landscape were swift and brutal. Sales plummeted as consumers, particularly millennials and Gen Z, turned to brands that embraced inclusivity and body positivity. The once anticipated Victoria's Secret fashion show, once a ratings juggernaut, was cancelled in 2019 after years of declining viewership. The brand's woes extended beyond declining sales figures. The company faced accusations of fostering a toxic work environment with reports of bullying and harassment. The CEO of L Brands, Leslie Wexner, stepped down amidst controversy surrounding his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Victoria's Secret, once a shining star in the retail world, was now synonymous with scandal and decline. The brand that had once dictated the standards of beauty was now being forced to confront its own shortcomings. The fall from grace was stark, a cautionary tale of a brand that failed to evolve with the times. A new direction, the VS Collective and rebranding efforts. In a bid to salvage its tarnished image and recapture its lost market share, Victoria's Secret embarked on a rebranding campaign. They retired the Angels and introduced the VS Collective, a group of women from diverse backgrounds and fields, including athletes, actresses, and activists. The brand also made a conscious effort to feature more body diversity in their marketing campaigns and product offerings. The launch of the VS Collective was met with mixed reactions. While some applauded the brand's efforts to embrace inclusivity, others viewed it as a superficial attempt at damage control. The question remained: could Victoria's Secret truly shed its image of exclusivity and appeal to a new generation of consumers who valued authenticity and representation? The rebranding efforts, while a step in the right direction, faced an uphill battle. Years of promoting a singular, often unattainable, standard of beauty had left a mark. The challenge for Victoria's Secret was not merely to change its image, but to demonstrate a genuine commitment to inclusivity and body positivity. A new era was necessary for the future of Victoria's Secret. The lingerie market, once dominated by Victoria's Secret, had undergone a dramatic transformation. New players like Aerie and Savage X Fenty emerged, championing body positivity and inclusivity from the outset. These brands resonated with consumers who no longer wanted to aspire to a singular ideal, but rather celebrate their individuality. Aerie, with its Aerie Real campaign featuring unretouched photos of diverse models, gained a loyal following for its empowering message. Rihanna's Savage X Fenty, known for its extravagant fashion shows celebrating inclusivity in all its forms, quickly became a force to be reckoned with. These brands recognized the power of representation and tapped into a market that Victoria's Secret had alienated. Victoria's Secret's future remains uncertain. The brand faces an uphill battle in a market where authenticity and inclusivity are paramount. The challenge for Victoria's Secret is to move beyond superficial changes and demonstrate a genuine commitment to embracing the beauty in all its diverse forms. Only time will tell if the brand can shed its past and reclaim its place in a world where beauty is no longer defined by a narrow, outdated ideal, but by the power of individuality and self-love.